Yes, people. Welcome back to the finished article and welcome to All Things Wrestling. Today, we've got a treat for you all. We've got a great show lined up and we've got a great guest lined up as well. So here is the co-host. Yes, Shaz, how are we? We good?
What's happening, bro? You good?
Yeah, all good, man. All good. You?
Yeah, not bad, bro. All good.
Sweet. Ready for this one?
I was born ready, bro. I was born ready. Let's do this.
Born ready, yeah. Sweet. No worries. We'll get the guest on and we'll get cracking, man. Yes, Andrew, how are we, man?
All right, man. I don't want to blow my own trumpet. It's a bit like I'm a bit like Hulk Hogan, NWO. Come in. I'm the third man. This is the third man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The heel turn as well.
The heel turn, yeah.
Probably the greatest heel turn in wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. How's everyone doing?
Yeah, all good, man. Yourself?
Yeah, all good. Ready to talk some AEW or whatever, man. Ready to talk about
AEW, WWE, all the good stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet. We've got a comment flying in already. Ryan, big up, Ryan. Appreciate you tuning in, bro. But yeah, man. So, what side of wrestling do you watch? Do you watch WWE or is it just AEW? Or
oh man, well, I don't watch Raw. I don't even watch the highlights. I look at the highlights and I can't be bothered. Like on YouTube the next day. NXT, I was sort of getting a bit fatigued with NXT and this new thing. I'm not a fan of it. Not really a fan. I'm not sure what they're going for with the color scheme and anything like that. I mean, you wouldn't you? You would try to fix probably your most successful brand, wouldn't you? You wouldn't try and fix anything else.
That's Vince McMahon, isn't it?
Yeah, but I am actually enjoying SmackDown.
Yeah.
Which means inevitably with this draft that's coming up, they're going to spoil it.
They're going to ruin it.
You know what I mean? So, but AEW, man, I mean, that all out show was just even without the surprise endings was just absolutely phenomenal.
All out was.
I think
amazing,
the best start to finish pay-per-view. I think the best one in the last 10 years, start to finish.
Yeah, I don't even blame you for saying that. It was absolutely brilliant. The matches were brilliant. The surprises were brilliant.
That cage
match, start to finish.
You know the best bit was
cage match. Oh man!
I think the best bit was, and it ties back to the bit I was telling you at the start about what I spoiled it for Shaz. So basically, it's funny because me and Shaz ended up watching SummerSlam a few weeks before. Trust me, that was painful hours. That was painful 5 hours of my life. Anyway, he then goes at the end of the show. He breaks the biggest surprise. He says, "Watch this." Brings on CM Punk. I lose my shit. And then literally what I then do was when AEW's pay-per-view came out all out, not only did I stay up all night and watch it, I then messaged him in the morning. I was like, bro, I'm shot.
Yeah, just ruined it for me in the morning. Nice one for that.
You spoiler.
That's what you get with the internet. You get all these spoilers in it, man. So
I took the day off because I knew this was going to be a good pay-per-view, so I took the day off. I was like,
nah, man. Ryan says you're legit one of the funniest guys he's ever met.
Well, big up. This is weird. I'm on this, which was sad due to Sarcasm City. We were on a Q&A
definitely.
A couple of days ago. That's the reason I'm on here.
Definitely. We were on the same Q&A, weren't we, with Flawless, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah, so thank you. Ryan's obviously a part of that, so thank you.
Yeah, Ryan says, not going to lie, I don't watch wrestling, man. That's so good, man. Still appreciate you tuning in and watching the show, man. Really
Ryan, I'll give you a good example. You technically do watch a lot of wrestling because you watch Arsenal play, and watching Arsenal is a comparison to watching wrestling these days. They're about as big as
watching Arsenal is like watching WWE Raw.
Yeah.
That's the
I just
best
think
way
actually it's more like WCW 2000.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It was just if you ever watched, I would say if any wrestling fan complains about it now, go watch WCW 2000 era. That is really ultimate trash wrestling. If you thought it's bad, Raw's bad now.
Oh man,
this Raw is Attitude Era worthy, like compared to WCW. So it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, no, that's not even far off that, man. Definitely. Like you were saying there, Andrew, you said you like watching SmackDown, and that's the same with me. The Roman Reigns, the Bloodline gimmick, I absolutely love it.
Brilliant.
And the other reason I watched SmackDown was the reason I watched NXT was Finn Balor.
Yeah,
he's legit one of my favorite wrestlers at the moment.
Yeah, me too.
I love watching it, man.
Yeah, and I forgot they've actually got a pay-per-view this Sunday at Extreme Rules because it's like been all AEW. It's been like it's sort of got. It's very weird. It's a sort of a throwaway pay-per-view, really. But
yeah, it is, man. It is. It's just it's the one between SummerSlam and Survivor Series, isn't it? So it's not really that important. So that's why they just leave it at Extreme Rules.
Yeah, it's very weird. I mean,
What's
that's
that?
what I mean.
Oh yeah, I was just reading that comment.
Hey, man. Wow. We like
next
flawless.
Comment
we like flawless, man.
His next comment's even worse, man.
Oh no!
The only wrestling and fighting I would care about is punching up Flawless. Wow. Oh, Kev's in the house. Kev, appreciate you tuning in, Kev. Nice one for tuning in. But I mean, I just wanted to touch on this. I wanted to get your opinion on this, Shaz and Andrew as well. The Demon Finn Balor coming back just to lose to Roman Reigns. Because that's the way I see it happening.
So yeah, I agree. I think it needed some special build-up. I don't think it needed to be thrown away on Extreme Rules. Like, it's very... you must get this. I'm getting sort of... Even with SmackDown and some of the decisions, I still get a bit vexed by it. I mean, I think Roman Reigns is absolutely brilliant. The Bloodline stuff, I can't wait for... The problem is, I didn't think... there's no way I thought even a Demon's going to beat Roman Reigns, but I need to believe he can beat Roman Reigns. That's what I need him to. I need Roman Reigns to not go scared, really, oh my god, but I need him to start, using it, tell him to do the facial expression where he's got a bit of worry on his face. It also doesn't help they've already announced, the next person, Brock Lesnar will challenge the champion at the Saudi Arabia. We know it's going to be Roman Reigns.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, don't. Why are you doing this? Why? I don't need to invest then in this match. I really don't. Yeah. It's like that.
It's like what's the point of having the Demon come back?
Yeah.
Just to lose to Roman Reigns, because I don't know if I was correct in saying this in one of the other shows, but I don't think the Demon that Finn Balor has ever lost, has he? Because he usually brings him back as a match where he always wins. So
no,
it's just ruined.
But then again, these are the guys that ruined the Fiend by him having him lose to Goldberg.
Oh, that was
with not a jackhammer, a suplex.
Yeah, that was even worse.
That's what I mean. It's like you're still doing. You know what? I am sorry, AEW is showing you how to do things properly. They are. They just are. They just are. These guys, the WWE. I want both companies to be amazing. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to kick WWE. I want to. I want them to be amazing as well. But you can still learn from your competition.
Yeah,
you've got very talented people there. And Finn Balor, the Demon, should not be beaten. The Demon should not. The character should not be beaten. Like the Fiend should never be beaten. Shouldn't be used all the time either as well. Should be a very special attraction. The Demon should be that Finn Balor should use in extreme circumstances. And ironically, it shouldn't be used at Extreme Rules. It's not an extreme circumstance. It should be weeks. The Demon should be introduced near the end of this feud, where it's like you've pushed him too far. You know what I mean? You've beaten Finn Balor down so many times, or he's been cheated out of it so many times when he's announced, Roman Reigns needs to, I don't know, not show fear, but but be worried.
Be worried that it's a demon.
You could have Finn Balor take out one Uso 1 week, take out the next one, or know some storyline where he abducts them, shows videos of them or something wherever he is, and Roman Reigns is worried. Stuff like that, but it's the old man's still in charge, isn't he? That's the problem.
What it is? Here's my take on it. Vince needs to get his head out of his ass, because my man is drilling this industry into the ground. You know what? I would love to see AEW just invade WWE and just put it to shame, because that's the only thing that's going to make it up.
You've got WWE invading AEW with like all these stars coming, crossing or jumping ship.
Yeah.
You've got Adam Cole, Daniel Bryan, Chris Jericho as well. He was
Ruby
made
Soho's
WWE.
just gone over.
Ruby Soho.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the rumors about Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, there's
whoever's going to be called.
Yeah, exactly, mate. It's just crazy, isn't it? It's just crazy.
Yeah,
there are a couple of questions just popping up, so I'll just ask. I'll let Shaz and Andrew answer this question first. What did you think of John Cena in Fast and Furious 9?
Oh wow!
Wow!
The less said, the better.
Yeah, I mean, those movies,
I literally didn't see him.
I love those movies, but this one was bad. I mean, they're not that. You know, if you suspend your belief, they're actually great for a 2-hour popcorn flick. But this one, he was. I mean, I wish they wouldn't. I wish he wouldn't have been part of the family. As Vin Diesel says, I wish he would have come back and gone, blood tests were not related, so we can just shoot you off the.
that would have been a crazy ending that they did a DNA
funny
test.
Thing is, I watched him when he said, "Oh, he's his brother." I'm looking at Vin Diesel, and I'm like,
half brother.
It's like I can't figure this out. I can't figure it out.
No, that's crazy. Kev's asking, would you do a thing on Carlito's career? Yeah, we could possibly have a look at doing an episode on Carlito. I thought Carlito was brilliant when he was in WWE.
Yeah, he was.
Also, I found 2 people who were useless as champions. Who are you referring to, Kev? I'd like to know who you think is useless as champ. For your argument of people to be over to be champion. We did mention something about that, didn't we, Shaz?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ryan, going back to the Arsenal. Shaz, you say watching wrestling is like watching Arsenal. When I watch Arsenal, I don't even know what it represents. And it's the same with watching Raw. You don't know what anything represents on Raw. Yeah. It's just so random.
Yeah.
We've got Jose CFC. Big up the panel, smash that like button. Yes, people, smash that like button. Appreciate you tuning in. This comment, Shaz is going to love this one. Vince needs to go.
Hashtag get it trending. Get it trending, guys.
Yeah. I agree.
Oh, wow. Kev's going back to the WCW days as useless champions. Vince Russo and David Arquette. They were 2 of the worst decisions that WCW ever made, and this was in that. Was it in that time frame that you were saying about earlier, Andrew, where the 2000 era? It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
I think I think I watched the a video about that. It's like about with the world title. I think it changed hands in the year 2027 times. The world title. It was literally on every show they put the title on the line. I mean, it was, and it was ridiculous. One episode of WCW Thunder, Kevin Nash. Ric Flair was champion, but he'd been taken out for a week. But somehow they gave it to Jeff Jarrett. Like, they just gave it to him. He then defended against Kevin Nash, who powerbombed Jarrett. Went to the Nitro Monday Nitro episode after. He gave it back to Ric Flair, and then Ric Flair lost it on the same episode to Jeff Jarrett.
That was bad WCW booking, and that's why there's no such thing as WCW anymore.
Exactly.
It was just so bad towards the end of booking, man. It was unbelievable.
This is like 3 years after Hogan didn't lose the title from August 96 to August 97. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? He had it for a year.
Yeah, he had it for a year straight, and then they lost, 27 times in a year. That's just about once every week. Every 2 weeks. Sorry, that it's just it's going.
And it was also crazy. On the line in nearly every episode. It was always a world title match.
That just devalues the title so much that it's changed so many times. It's like not even legitimate anymore. That's crazy.
It's right, and that's why I like long title reigns.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah. I like long title reigns.
I absolutely loved Walter's title reign on NXT UK.
One of the best.
And second match that he had with Dragunov at NXT TakeOver 36, that was amazing, that match as well.
Well, the first one as well, I think.
The first one was brilliant as well, yeah.
That was unbelievable. That was one of the matches of the year, match of the decade.
Probably, man.
And it was a shame of it. It wasn't in front of a crowd. That first one wasn't in front of a crowd.
It was an NXT UK TakeOver, weren't it, where they had no crowd.
Yeah,
that's just so
mad.
bad, man. Like they could have saved it, but at least we got to see NXT Takeover 36.
Yeah, and that was, I mean, Walter's like, yeah. I and Dragunov as well. You know, sometimes you watch on NXT UK sometimes, but yeah, just excellent. Yeah.
Legit fighters, them two, man. They're absolutely brilliant.
Badass.
So what's this? Darren saying, "Is this on Twitter?" It's not, Darren. So what we've decided is just to do the shows on YouTube instead of having them on Facebook and Twitter live as well, just to get more viewers over on YouTube on the channel. We've got Kev. Also, Vince is pretty funny. I like Vince. His promos were pretty good, and he could put up a match. Vince should never have got in the ring as a fighter. He should never have been WWE champion and all that. But you know, he owns the company. He can do what he wants. I think his daughter was Divas champion. Shane McMahon was randomly won the best in the world tournament a few years ago. I don't even want to talk about Shane McMahon, man. I'll be here for a long time talking about Shane McMahon. I legit don't like that guy, man. After what he did, he's just crazy. Like, look at his promos with Stone Cold and stuff like that. Battle of the Billionaires. Yeah, I mean, Vince's stuff with Stone Cold was golden, man. That was part of the Attitude Era. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think that era of wrestling is going to be beaten, that Attitude Era, because they had so much competition from WCW and it pushed them to do that. Even though they've got the competition now with AEW, it's not pushing them to do anything really, besides changing NXT to 2.0.
I will say, I'll say this: we were lucky to grow up in that era, the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Because today's generation won't understand what we're talking about when we talk about classic matches, because it's just so bad these days.
Yeah. Definitely. And they got rid of most of like the best parts of the Attitude Era because it wasn't TV worthy on the Peacock network that took over the WWE network for him.
So I'm glad we're not in the US and we've actually got.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, I think the UK can still get all of it, can't we? Yeah,
exactly. Because we're not. We don't have the Peacock network, thank God. So, you know, that's all good. But you're right. You won't get another thing like that again.
Yeah, no, definitely, man, definitely. John Cena's acting was crap. Yeah, I don't think he's a good actor. Best movies ever made. I think the Fast and Furious series is really good. I've literally just watched like all 9 of them in the past 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, if you ignore 9, then maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I watched 9 after it came out onto the platform that I watched it on, and then I thought, you know what, it was that bad. I need to watch 1 and 8 again, all the way through.
Oh wow!
There's a question here for you, Ryan. I think this is about Chelsea. For Andrew, how are Mount's minerals at the moment?
Oh shit!
Yeah. Whatever he's on, if he's on the minerals, he better get off the minerals at the moment. He's not playing that well, so you know.
I don't get this comment from Kev. AEW is not competition.
I think it's competition in fans' eyes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's competition in our eyes. I think maybe the bigger picture. You know, if it would need to go. I mean, it went head to head NXT. It's not going to make on Vince's radar. It's not going to make that big a difference if it beats NXT. He thinks of NXT, as you've seen, as a developmental program.
He does, yeah.
If it was to go head to head with Raw, I would like its chances against this Raw. At this moment in time,
I think it would destroy it.
Yeah. The only thing is, he would then overload Raw to try and or he'd end the brand split, or he would the draft.
He'd just move all the stars to Raw.
He'd move Roman Reigns to Raw,
and SmackDown and NXT would just get lost in the shuffle. And
exactly. And that's why I feel with this draft coming up that they're gonna move like Roman Reigns to Raw.
I think Roman Reigns and the Bloodline will get moved to Raw, and New Day will get moved back to SmackDown.
If I was a Fox, because they're paying a lot of money for SmackDown. If I was Fox, I would say you can move anyone you want. I don't care. You do not move Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
that's 100%. What I'd say. I'd say you 100%. Do not move Roman Reigns whatsoever. We're paying you $1 billion. You know what I mean? And that's national TV as well. It's not like on Raw and NXT, it's on a cable channel. That's national. That's national. It's like
it's everywhere, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. No, I agree with you there. Definitely, Fox should step in and say, look, you're doing a draft. We want you to keep Roman Reigns on SmackDown. You
Yeah.
can get rid of anybody else that you want, but this guy is.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got the right to say that, though, haven't they? Because they've invested a lot of money in WWE on Fox. So they've got the right to go out and say, no, you need to keep this guy here.
Yeah, exactly. He is the best thing in that company at this moment in time.
Yeah,
and I agree with what he said, I think, a few years ago. No one's on his level. But they have to help people get on his level. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. They need to start building stars.
Yeah. I thought they could have had a long plan and build Big E.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He had the Money in Bank briefcase. I mean, I thought he was doing well. I don't want him back with the New Day.
I wanted to see him carry on his own, but this is WWE, and this is what
money,
they do,
isn't it? It's all money, about the merchandise.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. What have we got here? Yeah, Ryan says even Flawless rates Fast and Furious as one of the best movie franchises. That shows how good it is. You know how rare it is for me and Flawless to agree on anything. Yeah,
very true. Yeah.
He's not wrong on that. Flawless and Ryan do not agree on a lot of things. Shaz, you'll like this one. Vince is all A, doesn't know what he's doing. Legit, I actually 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
Now he's like Arsene Wenger at the end of his
He's like Arteta, man. He's like Arteta.
He's Arteta. Oh, wow.
Arteta is done.
Vince is like all he's lost the plot. He literally has. Has. Did any of you guys actually take up wrestling at any point? As in legit get in the ring and start fighting? Nah, man. I never.
Maybe on the PS2, maybe.
Nah, so I'll tell you, like when I was younger, me and my mates used to wrestle all the time in the living room on the grass. We like suplex each other, power bombs, super kicks, like all that. We even had our own stables. We even actually made our own championship belts. It was absolutely mad. We had a sick little run with tag team titles. We had a hardcore championship as well, and no word of a lie, you could add the hardcore championship and just stick anything on it and use it as a weapon. And it was just defended like 24/7, like the WWE's. So you'd be walking down the street, and if someone knew you and they knew you were the champion, that was it. You were getting done that day, mate. That title was gone. It was legit funny. That was some of the best times I've ever had, man. Back in them days, man. Absolutely destroying people with super kicks and everything, man. It was mad. What's this say? I'd love to see Andrew versus Johnny wrestling match.
Nah. Barbed wire steel cage. That's just another guy. It's a Chelsea fan. We don't see eye to eye.
Oh, right. Fair enough.
I'm having a good time. Don't bring his name up, please, Ryan. Please.
Kev disagrees on Fast and Furious. He's saying Rocky is the best movie series. It's up there. It is up there, I mean, but the last few, the Rocky 5, we had Tommy Gunn, I didn't like that. And the new one, didn't like that. And the Creed, the stuff that he's doing with Creed, I don't really like that either.
I like the first Creed.
Yeah.
I didn't really like it, man. I don't know. I didn't really like the first one, man. I don't know. Just wasn't for me, that one.
Understandable.
So, will The Rock come back at Survivor Series to screw the bloodline and set up a WrestleMania match?
That's a good story.
That'd be really good to see, but I don't think he will come and screw them. I think with the way it'll work is Rock will come and have a promo with Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns will be like, acknowledge me. And The Rock's like, nah, that's not happening.
Yeah.
And then it'll obviously lead to a match.
Probably something where he says, I'm the head of the table, I'm the head of the family, and then the biggest
I'd love to see
biggest
Roman
star in
Reigns
the world comes back.
Yeah.
You know?
I will like to see that match, Roman Reigns and The Rock. I think that'd be really good.
It would be. Rock's very careful now. You know, he's filming a lot. You know, it's a lot of insurance as well. You know? It's one of those things. It's one of those things. I don't. It's really hard, man.
I think I spoke about like The Rock and Roman Reigns having a feud, and obviously the Usos being split between who to side with. I think that would be a good part to add to it, to say, because Jimmy wasn't really happy with siding with Roman when he came back. So having him split over and side with The Rock and Jace side with Roman Reigns, and maybe even have brother versus brother match, like Jimmy versus just for a little bit.
I need it right now. See, if you're a proper storyteller, you would start setting that around Survivor Series, and then start setting a bit of it up, like somehow Roman cost them the tag team titles, like inadvertently or something like that, or he blames him for a loss or keep losing or something like that. Really turns against
like plant the seeds now.
Yeah,
and let it grow further
early. Let it build, which they don't usually do. So, but let it build. So then you pay you pay off. Something happens that maybe the next time at the Royal Rumble, something like that. It'd be really it'd be interesting to see whether they've got the cojones to do that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is Vince McMahon, so I'm not holding my breath to see what he's going to do next. But he does like splitting up tag teams, so you never know. He might try and split the Usos up for a little bit.
Yeah.
Who knows? This is Vince, so you never know with Vince. Like he split Crime Time up. He split American Alpha up. Just crazy. And then he split American Alpha up, and then just put Chad Gable with Otis. Like what is the need? It's just mad.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, we could probably do a stream for about 8 hours about what some of the, like as soon as someone becomes a champion, they end up losing all the time. It's like it's like it doesn't make or they lose their very first match. It's a non-title, but they lose it. It's
they lose it. Yeah. It's
well,
crazy because
it's mad.
It's because you had obviously Bobby Lashley was like he had a good run as WWE champion, but there were some questionable decisions along the way where he lost to Xavier Woods on Raw in a non-title match.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't see that on AEW. You wouldn't see Kenny Omega lose to someone like, I don't know, Jungle Boy in a non-title match on Dynamite or something. While he's the champion.
It would be something that's earned.
Yeah.
So do you know what I mean? It'd be like, it'd be built up to it. Like if Kenny Omega been beating him in tag team matches or another singles match and then been attacking him, something like that. It'd be something that's earned. Do you know what I mean? It's like you wouldn't just. That's why I like you don't. Also, I like Kenny Omega very rarely wrestles.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's what I like as well. You've got to build up the mystique. That's what, if you notice, AEW have got a very stacked roster at the moment. And they sort of flip it in between. What they do is whoever sort of like when NXT used to be an hour and you didn't see everyone for a few weeks, they just showed video packages. Like the Lucha Brothers went from winning the tag titles on the Sunday and then didn't wrestle again on the AEW TV till this past Friday. But they showed video packages.
That, Rampage,
Yeah, so it's something like that. They've got a very stacked roster, which now Tony Khan has to watch and see who he signs.
Yeah, no, definitely. He can't just start signing literally everybody like he's been doing.
Yeah, which is why I'm not hearing anything about Braun Strowman coming in. There's little reports about Bray Wyatt coming in, but
definitely. No, you're right on that. They need to be careful. I mean, because when you bring Bray Wyatt in, what do? You give him a feud with someone for a bit, and then he's going to want a title match. And the same with Braun Strowman. Like, what do you actually do with a guy like Braun Strowman with that type of roster? Because he's literally legit bigger than everyone on that roster. There's no one literally that size besides the Big Show. So what do you like to do with him? Do you want to build him up as a monster and then beat Kenny Omega for the title and just be undefeated for like a year or 2 years or 3 years? Or, it's like, what do you actually do with that? Because that could get really boring really quick.
Yeah, I agree.
But we've got, what was this guy saying? Die Hard, best movie series.
Oh, no.
Nah, I don't really like all of them. I don't really like all of Die Hard movies.
After the first three, no.
After the first three. So Ryan says now The Rock is busy pulling down helicopters.
He is.
He is definitely in San Andreas, that movie, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And he's also driving boats in Jungle Cruise and
and about to be Black Adam as well.
Yeah, he's in Black Adam, isn't he? Yeah. That's crazy.
You know what I mean? It never stops. So that's why I'm not sure whether he will do this, because he's got such
he's got a lot of movies lined up.
And remember, everything was pushed back because of COVID. So it's like
all the movies that he had, their old production's going to be pushed back because of COVID. Yeah.
But saying that, the Hollywood might go into a bit of a strike soon, so maybe he will too.
Yeah,
so.
you never know, man. You never know. unless they wait till not next year, but the year after WrestleMania for that. But then you can't just have Roman Reigns be champion and head of the table all the way till then. You've got to do something different with him.
Yeah.
So he will have to. Obviously, he will eventually have to drop the title at some point during that to someone. Otherwise, unless you want to have him do like a Walter and have the title for like 800 and something days or 900 days or something.
Well, it's now over a year, right, since he won it. So
yeah, he won it. Yeah.
I mean, you could see him holding it till WrestleMania at least. That was the thing. That if this, then if they don't start building up someone soon, you legitimately think that it's going to be The Rock in some type of match, non-title, tag team, whatever. But then there's rumors about Drew McIntyre going over to SmackDown in the draft.
Yeah.
Do you start building Drew McIntyre up as the one to take it at WrestleMania? Possibly.
Yeah. Good possibility, definitely. I mean, with The Rock coming back, if he's going to be fighting Roman Reigns, I don't want it to be for the title because that match is big enough without a title.
Yeah.
So you don't need The Rock to go for a title match. Like John Cena came back, he got a title match against Roman Reigns. That match would have been big enough without a title.
Yeah, it would have been.
And so would John Cena versus Finn Balor. That would have been a big match at SummerSlam. I would have loved to see Finn Balor destroy John Cena and send him packing, man. I would have loved to see that.
But that's the issue with them not building enough characters.
Yeah, they're not building enough people.
They've had to bring Cena, Brock Lesnar, and potentially The Rock back.
Yeah,
to fight Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
because you're not building any legitimate threats.
Andrew's right on this because me and Shaz had the same discussion. Was it last week on the show where we're saying, haven't we seen these storylines before? Are we going back to 2016 or like 2010 or even further than that? That you have to use like Goldberg coming back was.
Don't get me started on Goldberg, man.
Yeah.
You're opening some cans here, Shaz, I'm telling you.
That's what I mean. That's the problem. We have to open these cans to say how bad it is because it's like you know what? I'm gonna go back to someone that used to be really good because I don't trust the current talent to do a good enough job, and that's the problem with storylines. Like I said, it's about.
I don't even think it's that. I don't even think it's that the talent can't do the job. They're not legitimate stars like John Cena and Brock Lesnar. They haven't built them up to be superstars. They've just built them up to be a star.
Yeah.
Like Seth Rollins, I don't know what they're doing with him in this gimmick of the Messiah or whatever it is. I think it's just weird. Edge coming back. I mean, they ruined that by not giving him the title. Like I legit thought he should have won the title from Roman Reigns, whether it was at WrestleMania or in the one-on-one match after. Either way, he should have won it definitely. And then maybe drop it. Maybe keep it for a couple of months and drop it to a younger star like Big E, and put Big E over because that legitimizes Big E as a champion by beating one of the best of Edge. But this is just WWE. I don't know, man. I've lost all faith in WWE right now, man. Honestly.
Yeah.
Vince out, yes, Shaz. Vince out, Ole out, Glacier's out. Get them all trending, people.
Oh man.
What's this? Kev mentioned this in another show, man. I don't know why he's bringing this back up. Also, you'll really hate Boogeyman. He was such a good start, and his worm stuff was pretty funny. It was funny, but Kev said that the Boogeyman is better than the Fiend, and I legit don't get where that comment comes from.
Oh man.
The Fiend was a great character that they ruined.
Yeah, I said to Shaz they ruined it when he got beat by Goldberg.
They absolutely ruined it. Being beaten by Goldberg and putting him in these stupid things. The Fiend should have been like a mixture of Undertaker and Kane.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like a spectacle, something that.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt turns up. It's like his vignettes, like his promos. So it's like smiley, and then he goes like that.
Funhouse.
Like, that. They ruined that as well because Seth Rollins found it. and burnt it, to the
No,
ground. Like,
guys, you know what we need to do is I really need to address Kev's comment here. So, Kev, please tell us why the
I
Fiend
legit
was
don't
terrible.
get this. The
I
Fiend was
don't get it.
terrible. Like, how was the Fiend terrible, man? I legit don't get why you're saying that, because it was probably at the time it was out, he was there. It was a couple of years he was the Fiend, weren't it? And it was legit one of the best characters that they built up, but then they ruined it literally with one match against Goldberg.
Yeah.
Bray should have stayed Bray. Like, I actually enjoyed the Bray Wyatt character.
They ruined Bray Wyatt.
I enjoyed that character as Bray Wyatt, as the Eater of the Worlds, and the the what do you call it, the other gimmicks that he had, like as Bray Wyatt. But as the Fiend, he was something different. It was fresh. It was something that WWE haven't done before, and it was interesting for people to watch. And that probably would have helped with bringing viewers and people back to watching WWE.
The thing is with the Fiend, that rubbish thing with Seth Rollins in the Hell in a Cell, that stupid red light, and then a disqualification in Hell in a Cell. Are you mad?
Yeah.
That people fall through it and fall off and then get disqualified. But he gets disqualified. And then they gave him the belt. You didn't need to give him the belt. He doesn't need to be in the title matches. He doesn't.
Yeah,
Undertaker never needs to be in the title. He was only in the title matches at near the end of, like, after a few years coming back as a dead man, but he didn't need to be in the title matches. He just need.
Yeah.
It's one of those. It's like we've got this great thing, and you just let's wrestle him in a red light that no one can see.
I bet you that would have been really frustrating for the people in attendance that day.
You said it in attendance. You even said it, like, you've heard Seth Rollins say about it. It's like that red light is annoying. It's like it's ridiculous. Yeah. Plus, the Hell in a Cell is red as well. It's a stupid color red as well.
They changed the colors of it.
Yeah.
So Kevin's saying he was trying too hard to be scary. I don't think he was actually trying too hard to be scary.
No, I don't either. I think he was terribly. Bray Wyatt has been terribly booked throughout his whole career. I mean, it really started for me when he lost at Cena at WrestleMania. He needed to beat Cena at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's where it started going downhill.
Yeah, when you go, come on, Cena doesn't need to beat. And Cena's. It's not going to hurt Cena him losing to Bray Wyatt.
Exactly.
Have him win the month after, and then like that. It's like
WWE do that all the time.
I'll tell you how
next pay-per-view someone wins.
I'll tell you how bad it got. It got so bad that John Cena was begging The Undertaker for a match at WrestleMania, to the point whereby he came out for 5 minutes, whooped John Cena in his ass, and we're like, okay, what did that achieve?
That didn't achieve nothing for anybody, that either, did it?
No, that match we should have seen about 10 years before we saw it.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When Undertaker was legitimately, he could move in the ring properly. You know what I mean?
Definitely, yeah. So Kev says when he was Bray, he could actually be terrifying, but when he was Bray, he was actually scary. The promos were just straight up cringe. The gimmick is terrible. I don't get where all this hate's coming from, man. I don't get where this hate's coming from. But a question for everybody here. Have you guys watched Dark Side of the Ring? Has anybody seen that?
I've not seen it. Obviously, I've heard I've not seen the latest episode. I've seen the episodes before.
All right. Okay.
Obviously, the latest episode is the Ric Flair stuff.
Right. That's the one because Tommy Dreamer got suspended for, wasn't it?
Yeah, suspended.
Yeah, I've heard
it's
about
funny
that.
Words. Suspended indefinitely. So he's fired.
Yeah, in other words, exactly.
I think it's for legal purposes. They had to say suspended indefinitely, or else you can.
Yeah, probably will. You'll hear it in a week or so that they've come to a mutual termination of his contract.
Yeah.
Just to make it look okay. To be honest, I've not seen any of the episodes of Dark Side of the Ring yet. I need to watch.
I think the first, they're all pretty good. The first series, there's some. I mean,
I know they've done one. Have they done one on Owen Hart or anybody else?
Yeah, Owen Hart. They've done one on Owen Hart.
Right.
Bruiser Brody's the one. I don't want to spoil that much for you, so I'll leave that. Yeah, just watching there's some very weird, from very like open your eyes and you'll go, I didn't realise that happened, or you might have heard of things and actually think something differently. It's like
definitely, man. So there's a comment here. I don't know if I agree with this. To be fair, they've ruined Alexa Bliss with her gimmick. I don't think they have, to be fair. It's a fresh gimmick, and I think she's doing a good job.
Yeah.
She's practically running that gimmick right now. I mean, it's probably one of the things that makes the match with Charlotte Flair more interesting.
I mean, I actually do want to see Alexa Bliss beat Charlotte Flair for the title, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Move Charlotte away.
I'm sick of Charlotte Flair. I mean, she's like, she's trying to catch up to her dad with these 16
12
championships
times already or something.
It's like crazy. Like, is she going to be? I mean, I just want to see her gone from WWE. I think she'd be better off on the independent scene or in AEW or somewhere like that, because they'd actually not just keep giving her the title every few months.
It would be, but the thing is, she should be used to elevate someone in that division.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what she should be used for. Her, Sasha, Bayley, Becky, to keep them away from the title for a bit.
Yeah,
you know, get them to. I mean, I know Becky's with Bianca Belair and elevate that way and everything like that. I was just saying that was just ridiculous.
That was ridiculous as well.
It's like Charlotte Flair should be like with maybe she's not called a dick job, but someone like Piper Niven, elevate her. I can't think of who else at the moment on that roster, but it's just like go have a good even like a 3 to 6 month program where it just elevates that one. Like, oh yeah, she can hang with Charlotte Flair. She's a great wrestler, Charlotte Flair. She's just shoved down our throats.
Yeah, kind of like John Cena was.
Yeah, but it's like at least Cena had Cena. At least some of his title reigns they would lasted a bit longer. I mean, I think this is probably one of our longest title reigns for the past 5. She held on it for 8 minutes, 2 days, 1 day, a week.
Just crazy.
It sort of delegitimizes the 12 times. It's like going, how many times? Okay, you had it 12 times. How long did they last? It was like Sasha Banks is, I've been a 4-time Raw Women's Champion. Yeah, but you never defended it. You lost it. It's
definitely. I get that. Yeah. No, you're right on that. Definitely. Ryan's
the
asking.
comments are flying in, boys.
There's Die Hard is overrated. 100% agree with that. 100%.
Ooh, you mean as a franchise, Ryan? But not as a movie. The first and the third are very good. Second's and the less said about the other after that.
This is an interesting question. So I'll let Andrew answer this one first, and then Shaz, and I'll go last. Who is each of your guys' favorite wrestler
of all time? Or right now?
I'll probably go all time and then right now as well, just to make it interesting.
That's hard, man. It's like asking what's your favorite movie. Because all-round package, I was a major Rock fan. Growing up, I loved even when he was a heel, like in the Nation of Domination. I just loved it, and going back and watching the rise of the Rock is something to behold. But I think of it, and you know what? He's a very good. He was a very good wrestler. He could hang with everyone. But if I was watching, I'd love to see Kurt Angle as well. Just amazing. Right now, I'm not going to go obvious like Kenny Omega or something like that. I really like Jungle Boy.
Jungle Boy's
I
actually
really like Jungle
wrestler.
Boy in AEW. I think there are big things in his future, Jungle Boy. I just hope they don't do the horrible thing where they split him and Luchasaurus up and after he fights Luchasaurus for a year or something like that. Leave them as a tag team, please. Or don't split them up, keep them as friends, you know what I mean? Backing each other up.
Keeping them in the same group, but not as a tag team. I think Tony Khan probably notices that, not to split up tag teams or something like that. I think he's learned that lesson from watching Vince McMahon over the years. What about you, Shaz? Your favourite wrestler now and obviously all time? I know all time yours are.
Well, yeah, you should know that, but now it's The Undertaker. And I still hate Vince for what he did at WrestleMania 30. Absolutely
Here we go. He's opened this can now. It's coming.
I lost my shit when I saw that happen. I was in disbelief. I'm like, we just talked about
the text messages I got. The text messages I got that night, man. Whoa.
Lost it. No. I get this. We've talked about this, putting wrestlers over. But what do you get by putting Brock Lesnar over, who doesn't appear regularly? Roman Reigns, okay, I get that. Fair enough.
Ryan's opened a can here.
And Yeah, Ryan, man, you got me going, right?
Old wounds are coming back here, man.
It just didn't make sense. I mean, that was painful. I mean, if I had to say current crop right now, Shaz knows this and he hates this guy, Brian Danielson. I like him, or Daniel Bryan.
I can't stand
you
the
don't
guy,
like
man.
Brian Danielson?
I like him as a wrestler, but in WWE, I think towards the end, he was just title shot after title shot after title shot, and it just got so annoying to me.
Do you know, going back to the Undertaker thing, did you think when they hit the 3, did you think they botched something? You know, it was like,
I actually thought that didn't just happen.
Yeah, I mean, I went because it took me about a minute for it to register. Because I was like, it's the streak. It's going to go undefeated.
Yeah.
You know,
even Brock Lesnar, even though logic dictates Brock Lesnar should pummel the Undertaker into the ground.
Yeah.
But it's wrestling, so you have to throw logic sometimes out, legitimacy out. But I sat there, I was watching it with a friend of mine. I was sat there going, "Is it? Sorry, what's happened?" Like, it was like an out of body experience. You know, when you go, "Sorry, what?"
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like, I watched it.
Told me 2 + 2 = 5, and I was like, "No."
I literally, when I was watching it, I saw the free count. I'm like, did that just happen? And then
they shot to get his shoulder up. If you got to get his shoulder up,
what's he called? Paul Heyman's reaction.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, this is real because Paul Heyman's reacting like that. It's actually real. And I'm like, that's the decision he's just made.
I have to say that when you get a sinking feeling that you've just seen what you didn't want to see, and then it's like a part of me died because I'm like, I did not
this
just
guy was.
you
know what? It wouldn't even surprise me, bro, if you were crying that night, bro. I'm not even lying.
I didn't sleep that night. You don't understand. It's like I did not sleep that night. It was like, I know it's not real, but it is real. But I had to check again, and I was like, this didn't happen. And I'm saying, we can't see this happen. I'm like, Vince, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
To be fair, I didn't even stay up and watch that pay-per-view. I woke up with my check WhatsApp, and I'm like, what's going on here? Shaz has like left me loads of messages, and I'm like, this has got to be about WrestleMania. So I read through it, and I'm like, oh shit, he's just ruined that for me. But that's some bullshit. That.
He ruined it.
Hashtag fuck you, Vince.
Because shit. I thought that's the last. One of the last ones
of the old school generation, wasn't he?
Even the pay-per-view, I thought, start to finish, it was near enough perfect. Even with that ending, just the impact it had.
No, but if you think about it, you remember WrestleMania 28 when they talked end of the era when you had Triple H, Shawn Michaels. Now you thought that if that had to end, that had to end there. Now you get Shawn Michaels super kick and then get a pedigree and he still kicked up. And then you
I get where you're going with that. Definitely,
I understand. I understand.
I get that, man. Definitely. My all-time favorite wrestler would be Shawn Michaels. But I've when I was young watching wrestling, my dad used to bring like wrestling tapes home, and at that time he was as part of the Rockers. And I thought it was a great tag team. I was young and it was exciting to watch. And then when he turned on Marty Jannetty in the barbershop, I still remember that scene.
Yeah.
And then obviously his career after that was just like, you don't really need to say much because he had a brilliant career.
Hence the splitting up the tag teams to turn which one's the Marty Jannetty.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people come to that saying like, oh, when they split this team up, he's going to be the Shawn Michaels, he's going to be the Marty Jannetty.
Yeah.
Like Marty Jannetty, I don't know if you've seen him like on Facebook. That guy's just mad. Some of the stuff that he says on Facebook in his posts, it's just mad.
Yeah.
Just absolutely mad. It's like he's always on drugs, he's always on alcohol, and he can't leave his state. Do you know when he came back?
He's under arrest or something like that.
Yeah. He came back in that one match against Kurt Angle, and then he had a tag team match with Shawn Michaels on Raw. He was actually meant to keep a long run going for about maybe 6 months with WWE, but he weren't able to leave that state, so they couldn't do anything with him.
Wow.
And that's just really bad. That's just really bad. Favorite wrestler right now, I'm probably going to go with Finn Balor. I just love watching Finn Balor. Since he started off in NXT, like his first run, I thought it was brilliant. The second run was even better. And like Raw and SmackDown, barring winning the Universal Championship, after that, it was just all downhill on Raw and SmackDown. And I was really glad that he went back to NXT.
Shaz, your boys on.
Brian I was just about to say, we've got Idris with like about 10 comments just saying yes. I'm sure this is Daniel Bryan in disguise.
Yeah.
Like, look,
that's
like they're all just popping up.
This is the best comment here.
Why are you saying yes, Idris? Legend. That's legendary. So Darren's left the comments, sack Charlotte Flair. I don't disagree.
No, I don't disagree. Just a different direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. Flair out. they're all popping in now. We've got all right. So Ryan's answering your question here, Andrew, about Die Hard. Yes, as a franchise, bro. Yes,
really?
of all time.
Franchise. Yeah, I understand it's a franchise. Yeah, you would say it. Yeah, it was one of the worst. Yeah. Not one of the worst, but it's not that great. Yeah.
We've got sort of just a comment saying Lucha Bros.
I think it means like best wrestlers or something.
Right, best wrestlers right now. Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. Yeah. They are a brilliant tag team, man. That match against the Young Bucks in the Steel Cage, that was just amazing. Idris is commenting back to Kev. Why not?
Oh yeah, he's talking about the yeses, like
the yes chant.
Oh man.
And then he's left loads of yes comments again.
Darren's got a good question. Well, we put it up there. What's his best wrestler you've watched? And
that was a great match. Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker at WrestleMania. They also had a match at Bad Blood when Kane debuted. I thought that was a really good match. The first ever Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, that's good.
There's been a lot of good matches, man. Dolph Ziggler has good matches. I think he's so underrated in WWE. His like in-ring work's amazing.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
The Miz, match-wise, I don't think he's like up there with the best, but promo-wise, no, I don't think no one can touch him on promo.
No, I think he's very good. Very good. Dance with the stars at the moment.
Idris says, I provide the yes in these comments. Yeah, legit. This guy, every show we do, even if it's football, it's just yes.
Unless you talk about Chelsea, then you'll say.
Joss is saying, stop spamming. Yeah, Davey. Also, I mean, back to last time, I think Enzo Loki should have at least got the 24/7 title run.
I think he left way before they introduced it.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, he left before they got that title, but he was a good wrestler. But he did get the cruiserweight title before he left. Like that was one of the reasons Austin Aries Neville, I think it were, left WWE because he had to drop the title to someone like Enzo.
Yeah. I don't remember this. Yeah. I don't remember this. One of the funniest moments I've ever seen in wrestling. It's like a 10-man tag cruiserweight. And Enzo does that weird dance or anything, or that weird thing. It was him and his 4 tag team partners in the entrance doing that same movement before they got into the match. There we go. Wow. That was the only highlight of the match. It was just normal cruiserweight, but it's just like that's ridiculous. I do like the way he sold things when he looked like when he got hit. He was looked like he legitimately like knocked out. It's like that. But yeah.
You know what, Darren's got a good question up actually.
Go on, bring that up. Will anybody break Ric Flair's record of championships?
It's held by Cena now as well.
It's
Cena and Flair.
Joint Cena and Flair, innit? It will happen because this is WWE. They're trying to, like all the old records, they're trying to get newer people to break them for some.
Yeah, it's going to be his daughter.
It will be his daughter. Yeah, it will. For female, it'll be his daughter. Legit, she will get probably 20 world title reigns. On the male side, the only person right now that's close is obviously John Cena, and Randy Orton's on 14.
Yeah. No, Shaz get it right. It's not John Cena. It's Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles. I apologize, Shaz. Apologize, Fruity Pebbles. Idris, come on, man. Don't say things like this, man. This is upsetting. This comment, there's just no need for that comment, man. It's like there's just no need, man. There's just no need. Idris, just so you know, the guest Andrew, he's actually a Chelsea fan as well.
Yeah.
So Idris is a Chelsea fan, so he's probably gonna like you more than he actually likes me.
Did we want to? I mean, we all watched Grand Slam, didn't we, yesterday or today?
Yeah. I watched it just after, literally before we got on here.
Yeah, I thought it was a great match. I'm like, well, it's a great match. I think the trigger was pulled way too early on it. If I'm being, and I think what they might have to do, because he said he wanted to do the Grand Slam again next year in New York. I think they might have to do All Out a little bit earlier in August, just to build up, because we just got done finishing with All Out, and it was like, my God, what a pay-per-view. We need still to recover from that, essentially. And even the crowd yesterday, that crowd, the opening, I thought that should have been the main event to build up.
Yeah,
while the crowd was good for the rest of the thing, it's sort of like lowered down.
Yeah, it went downhill.
And everything like that. And also,
yeah, no, you're right.
I was surprised he took that dragon suplex on the stage, given his injury history, concussion, and neck stuff. And also, along with the super kick now and the Canadian Destroyer, Panama Sunrise, Cobed, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I do not need to see 10 V triggers in the same match. It's like, I mean, how many? It's like the super kick, isn't it? It's like you could do a drinking game now to take a shot every time Kenny Omega does a V trigger in one match. You'll be out. You'll be out before the match ends. And it's like, well, it was a great match. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm. It was, yeah.
And I think the result was right, even though I hate draws. But it's like you can't kill off Danielson. He's just come in, and you can't do that to Kenny Omega. Brian Daniels comes in and he loses. But I was just like going, it was too soon after All Out to pull the trigger on that match.
Definitely, man. Definitely. I think Daniel Bryan should have started off going against the other people in Elite. Like,
I thought Adam Cole was the perfect one because he ruined his life. Because Adam Cole
took his spotlight, didn't he, that night? Yeah.
You ruined my surprise.
Yeah.
Have them go off.
Yeah, I mean, but then people would say, "Oh, you've just brought two people in, and one of them has to lose." So maybe like have him go 1-on-1 with like every member of the Elite, and then finish off with Kenny Omega. Something similar to what Jericho did with MJF. He had the 5 labors of Jericho before he fought MJF. I thought building it up like that would be better.
Yeah, I guess it was like, when do you bring Danielson, because the rumors were before he was going to come in on Grand Slam. He was going to debut at Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Not before, but obviously you want that to be remembered. I mean, Adam Cole was obviously the surprise that no one
100%.
knew was coming out. And
100%. I absolutely buzzed off it when Adam Cole came out. I was buzzing me. It was one of my favorites on NXT, and NXT's gonna miss him big.
I don't like him as a face. I think he's a guy who can only be a heel.
Yeah.
Like, he's got the heel traits. It's like the Miz. I never liked the Miz or I never liked Randy Orton as a face.
Yeah.
I always liked him as a heel. It's like Ric Flair. I'm sorry. Well, I don't know if I can, but anyway, I always liked him as a heel. I never liked him as a face. I think Adam Cole's got that. I'm trying to avoid spoilers for Rampage because I know it's not live. It was taped. So I don't want to know. Like, I don't want to know.
Have you read the results? Or...
No, I'm trying to. Someone sent me a link. Oh, read it. So I was like, no, go away. I'm trying to block everything like that. And it's like, But I thought the match was a classic. It was like an old school match as well at the start. Yeah.
There was a lot of stuff in there that I thought, isn't that really bad for Daniel Bryan's neck?
Like the thing on the stage, the dragon.
Yeah, the dragon suplex on the stage. I'm like, nah, that's gonna really do his neck over.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that again. And
Kevin, Darren are going out in the comments.
Yeah, no, I've just seen the comments, man. So Darren's asked the question: who could WWE get to replace Vince? Triple H, Stephanie.
Well, he's got like a heart condition now. You know?
Oh, he has, yeah.
Yeah.
And I know they say it's a genetic thing. I bet some of it was brought on by stress as well. You know what I mean? Like they're going to take NXT away from him.
Yeah,
it's like
definitely.
He's got it, man. I would leave it. You know what? Either give it to Triple H or just sell it, old man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of rumors going around that Vince is stripping like the assets of WWE. Like he's got rid of the network. He's just made $1 billion off that. He's released loads of wrestlers like from NXT and the main roster to save money to make it a business that someone is actually going to want to buy from him. Because I think the rumor is that he's looking to sell very soon.
Yeah, he's selling loads of his shares.
Mm-hmm.
They are, you know. So it's like, I would, you know what? I don't care. Someone who loves it, someone who loves like it, like Tony Khan loves it. You know,
I don't even think he needs to sell WWE. Like maybe just
get
a group of people to run that show for him. Like Darren said here, get a group of older wrestlers from the Attitude Era to have a go. Like give it to Shawn Michaels, give it to Triple H, like Kevin Nash, Scott Hall. Let them do some work on it, man.
Yeah, just give it to someone who's like Tony Khan, who will listen to people in the business and go and give them guys freedom. Like, or you know what I mean? Like, certainly give them more, letting them off the leash.
Idris, man, can you like stop spamming the comments with the same thing, dude? I might have to put you on a timeout, bro.
Yeah,
seriously, like, I'm gonna put you on a timeout if you carry on, Idris.
Yeah, I just thought the match, the match was great. I'm like going, I was like, my back man going, I thought it was too soon to do that match, because then when do you next have that match? Do you know what I mean? When do you build it up? Do you wait till next year's? Do you wait till next year's All Out? Does that mean Omega has the belt till next year's All Out to make it that special?
Yeah, no, that's it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you're right, they pulled the trigger on this match way too early, and I don't think it should have been on Dynamite. It should have been on a pay-per-view. Yeah, or you build up more for this, because obviously it's one of their specials. You go, all right, you should have made, once you knew. I guess you really couldn't change it because it was already booked in when they announced like the TV deal for Rampage and everything. It's like, okay, so next year, I know it's hindsight, you move All Out earlier in August because you have your pay-per-view before that's at the end of May, so you can definitely do that. You've got 2 months of build up, which I do like. So I do like sometimes as well, but it reminded me of TNA. The old TNA, when they brought like whoever in, it's like, oh, well, now they've got to face this person right away. It's like, when Kurt Angle came in, oh, he's got to face Samoa Joe right away. He doesn't really. Yeah. Why do you build the anticipation up? Yeah. I mean, building up the anticipation to Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega would have been brilliant.
Yeah.
Like just building it up for months and months and months and just letting everyone wait. Do you know what I mean? It would have been better that way, but now they've done it on Dynamite, and it was a draw. So it's just there's not hype behind it now.
Yeah, I mean the next year. I mean, I would. Do you know what? What would have made it special if you'd just given them the first hour? If you gave them like the first hour of Dynamite or whenever, and just gone like that, I could have gone okay. But yeah, you're right. It was like watching it going, I can't believe I'm watching this. But as a wrestling fan, I'm in two minds of going, yeah, I will. You know what? I will watch. They can wrestle for so many days in a row. I'll never get bored of watching them wrestle. But then it's like, okay, what happens after this? Because are you then saying that this goes to Full Gear as a title match? But then you're telling us that you go on your rankings, which I've always thought is bullshit in wrestling, like the rankings, everything like that. It's one of those things. It sounds like I'm trying to be negative about it. I'm not. It's just one of those ones where I thought maybe they pulled. Yeah, like you said, they pulled the trigger far too early. They could have had a tag match. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like maybe
maybe Kenny Omega and Adam Cole versus Christian and Daniel Bryan.
Something like that.
That would have been brilliant, man. That would have been a better mate. And the other thing I don't get about it is that they did it as the first match on the show.
Yeah.
And then it's like CM Punk came out after and said, like, how do you come back after that? How do you wrestle after that match? Like, legit, how do you come out and wrestle a match after that because it was that good?
Yeah, I mean, it's like trying to have like in the Attitude Era, it's trying to like throw in a Triple H Rock match in the first segment of Raw, and then trying to watch or Kurt Angle versus Chris Jericho or Rey Mysterio match in the early 2000s, and you go try and follow that. He was right.
Yeah.
I mean, he did his very best, and I thought his promo was very good. But I thought the crowd, because they were so into that. It's like, I mean, I've not heard an atmosphere like that, like that sound in ages. I thought the acoustics at the stadium helped as well, because you've got the roof on and everything. But I thought everything after that, the crowd was, because they were taken out of it, like, you know, the excitement.
They allowed their energy going that first match, that first half hour.
If you noticed, everyone was standing.
Yeah.
But whenever they shot the camera, everyone was standing. There was no sitting down.
Yeah. And like JR said, it was like, it's a dream match. And why do it so early? Like, let people wait for it. It's a dream match.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like you said, putting Rock and Austin, if it was their first match against each other, or the first match on Raw, it would have just killed the vibe. Like,
maybe they should have had maybe they should have had like a promo then announcing that their match, the first match, would not be for the title, but it's going to be at Full Gear.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we're going to, you know, we're going to have a promo. The first promo is going to be here, you know, where we agree to do this, you know, something like that. And then you could build it up. So, cool. You know. It's still a great match. Still a great match. Just the full team.
Take it easy. I'll catch up when you're
just leave your final thoughts, man, on that Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson match, and you can go, bro.
Bro,
that
was epic. I couldn't believe the way it ended in that draw. I was literally just about to message you. Then I thought, let's not spoil it for him because he might not have seen it. But absolutely epic. I mean, but I do agree with you guys. What you said, that there should have been a bigger build up to the way this whole fight came about. But then, let's be honest. In the short time I watched AEW, I definitely think it shits all over WWE right now. So Vince needs to wake up. And you know what? Big up to AEW, and I'm glad CM Punk is back. As love his promos, and I think it was at the Arthur Ashe Stadium as well, that tennis stadium.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So it was great to see them promote it differently. Definitely get out to different audiences. But my thoughts on that.
Nah, brilliant, man, brilliant. Nah. You get off, man. You need to get going. You get going, bro. We'll see you in the next show, man.
Take it easy, guys. Carry on.
Take it easy, bro.
Yeah.
See you in a bit, man. Yeah, man. So obviously, you said you watched the whole show of Grand Slam like live.
Yeah.
What did you think of like Brian Pillman and MJF? I thought it was a decent match.
Decent match. MJF is probably one of the only true heels left, which even New York crowd would boo. Do you know what I mean?
No,
I mean,
definitely.
New York is a very heel. They like their heels. They like to cheer their heels. Do you know what I mean?
They do, yeah.
But I mean, he must be doing something right if the New York crowd is booing him. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
But I think he's very good. Brian Pillman, very good. I think it was a nice little program. I don't know what happens. Does it continue? You know, going on something like that.
Yeah, definitely, man.
MJF is very, very good. Very good at what he does.
He's very good. Like he even stays in character on Twitter.
yeah. I mean, even like some of his backstage stuff. You know, when someone has a photo with him, he stays in. I mean, if you read the story today about his parents bringing like a sign to the crowd saying sorry they raised him or something like that. They didn't raise him like that. They're in on it as well.
I didn't even know they did that. That's crazy. That's awesome. That's awesome.
They said they wish they never introduced pro wrestling to their son. Like that.
That's quality. No, I didn't see that. Was that AEW?
Yeah, it's a story on like the wrestling sites about. I think they took a sign. I can't remember what it said. Something about sorry for their son or something like that. Or ways back.
That is awesome.
Or we didn't raise it to be like that. So I like.
He's that much of a dickhead that his parents are saying sorry.
He's got the character inside and outside. So.
Yeah, no, his character. He plays that character very well.
Yeah.
Very well.
He's another one. I can't see him I don't want ever him to see him as a face. I'm sorry.
I don't think I could actually take him serious as a face after his run as a heel in AEW.
Yeah.
Like at the start, he was a face for a little bit when he was with Cody before he turned on him.
Yeah.
But after that, he's just been heel.
Even then, if you watch like the BTS stuff, like before Being Elite stuff, he was like hanging around with Cody. He was all smart. Cody went off, and when the others tried to say hello to him, he was a dickhead to them. So it's like it's one of those. So it's like,
yeah, man. Now he's a really good wrestler as well. So it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some wrestlers that are really good on the mic, but they're not good in the ring. But I think he does both of them pretty well.
He does. Yeah, he's got all. Yeah, he's multi-tooled. He is.
Yeah. I mean, and it's similar to like The Miz, because The Miz is great on promo as a heel, and in ring work he's getting better.
Yeah,
like he's improved massively. Like since he first started from real world into WWE and Tough Enough, like he's improved massively since them days.
Yeah, and MJF ironically reminds me of a Chris Jericho, really.
Yeah, he does definitely.
It's just all round, just someone like that. You know, he carries himself like that. He's very, very good. Very, very good.
No, definitely he does. He carries himself very well. Like out of I know AEW's not been around that long, but out of the matches that you've seen, what are the ones that stand out the most to you?
Oh, that's a good one.
Because I'm guessing there's quite a big list because it's AEW and they do good matches.
I'm trying to think. What's been Omega Hangman Page against the Bucks Revolution last year. That was the best for me. That was the best tag team match until this Lucha Brothers.
The steel cage match. Yeah, that was a good match as well.
Kenny Omega had I think he had an Iron Man match with Pac on a Dynamite episode. I think early 2020.
Yeah.
I mean, let me see. I love the first Stadium Stampede match when they went all around. I just loved it. It was
the Inner Circle. Was it the Inner Circle
against the Elite?
The Elite, that was really good.
I thought that was something. I loved the Britt Baker Thunder Rosa Lights Out match.
I remember that. Yeah,
I mean, it's so many. I mean,
there's so many in there. Yeah.
I mean, you could. The introduction of Darby Allin against Cody Rhodes, that first match, I think they had Fighter Fest or something like that.
I think it was Fighter Fest.
Yeah, that draw that
they had. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, that was my criticism of AEW early on was the story. They needed to be better with their storylines.
Yeah,
and the wrestling was never going to be a thing. I think they're now getting a great mixture of the storylines, and allowing people. I don't think they're giving them scripts to read. They're allowing people to have the promos that they want.
Yeah,
which is good.
Like the Attitude Era in WWE, like they're giving them that freedom of saying like this is what you need to say. Go out and say it how you want to say it.
Yeah,
and not like read it off a script that we've given you, which sounds more natural and it sounds better.
Yeah,
like the WWE promos, they sound very scripted.
Yeah, they do.
And that when Adam Cole debuted, not on All Out, but on Dynamite, where he'd made the promo, the first thing he did is went up to Tony Schiavone, and gave shit for being close to his girlfriend. I thought that was hilarious, man.
Yeah, exactly. You're absolutely right.
You wouldn't see that in WWE.
No, they wouldn't make any reference.
They're friends backstage, aren't they? And WWE don't make reference to that type of stuff unless it's like Shawn Michaels and Triple H or some of the bigger stars that they see.
Yeah. I mean, Adam Cole was great because if you see him off camera, he's nothing like he is on camera. He's like the total opposite. He's like one of the nicest people, around. It's like
one of the things that I read, like when he was negotiating with WWE for his new contract there, that they said they want like part of his profits from Twitch because
that's
they
a big
helped
thing,
him.
Yeah.
That was one of the. I think that would have been one of the reasons why he left that.
That's what that is. He has said that. He said, I've built a community here.
Yeah. So why would he give WWE that money that he's built separately from them?
Yeah, I mean,
they haven't helped him with that.
They haven't helped him. He's built that himself. You can take away the man's money. I mean, you're already like, you know, man's, you know, leave him alone. You know, you want to launch a Twitch channel? You launch a Twitch channel. You know, leave the man alone.
No, definitely. I agree with you on that. They shouldn't be asking for part of that money. I mean, they're $1 billion company and they're asking for a couple of hundred or 1,000 per stream or video that he does on Twitch. That's like,
they get paid. They get TV rights. They get paid $450 million a year. They get paid by the Saudi lot to go over.
They get paid loads from over there.
They give him loads, exactly.
Like BT Sports pay him a lot as well from here as well.
They get the network subscriptions monthly. You know, how much more do they want? And they still cut people. They still cut people.
And then they blame it on budget cuts. That's bullshit, man. Just say what it is. You don't have anything for them.
Yeah.
Don't use that bullshit that it's budget cuts in it.
Yeah, you don't want to pay them. That's why.
That's it. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is crazy that they've done that. But I mean, the ones that have left, like some of them, like they've jumped over to AEW and they're doing well. Like I was really shocked to see Christian when he debuted. I was really shocked because Edge had just returned on WWE and Christian was in the Royal Rumble with him for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was expecting Christian and Edge to maybe have a tag team run again. I would have loved to see that, but we're not going to see that because Vince McMahon dropped the ball on that.
Yeah, it's another thing, isn't it? It's just another thing.
Seeing Christian and being a world champion again, the TNA or Impact, whatever it's called now, champion is absolutely brilliant because he's been there before. He was their world champ 10, maybe 15 years ago or something. Yeah. It's brilliant to see.
It's all good. It's just that they just got to make sure that they manage this bloated roster because it's
that's it. I mean,
very big now.
They've got 4 shows as well, haven't they? They've got like Dark Elevation,
Rampage, AEW Dynamite. I mean,
how do you fit all this roster in on TV? Because
that's what I mean.
It's like it's okay to have the YouTube shows, but the talent's going to want to be on like the main shows, like on TV.
No,
it's like having Raw and SmackDown on TV and then having like NXT and 205 Live on YouTube. That talent's going to want to be on Raw and SmackDown because that's where more viewership is.
Exactly. It's going to be one on there, especially I mean, they'll probably. That's why I think he gives them freedom to work at other places. So you see them pop up in New Japan. You see them pop up, well, not in TNA, but you pop up in different. Look at John Moxley in like GCW.
Yeah, that's it.
That pops up that. So,
but they do pop up in TNA, don't they? Because they've got that cross promotion.
At the moment, At the moment, it's like obviously Christian Cage is over. Well, Christian Cage might have a different thing where he's allowed to float over or something. Where maybe like Kenny Omega wasn't something like that,
Yeah, that's it.
Like, it was just an agreed deal at the time.
Yeah, because they had the what they call the Good Brothers on TNA, but
the Good Brothers
pop up on AEW a lot, don't they?
That'd be interesting. I don't know. I think their contract with Impact's up next year. I think so.
Is it next year?
I think
they'll be over in AEW. Definitely,
they'll be over in AEW. It's the bigger thing, it's the bigger thing, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, that's it.
It's one of those.
And I think quite a lot of the talent in AEW, they might not all be signed to like a permanent contract. They might be on like you get paid per appearance.
Yeah,
like not all of them. Like the main ones that they use week in week out, they'll obviously be on permanent deals. But the younger ones that maybe on Dark and Dark Elevation that you don't see that much, they'll be on like a pay per appearance type of deal, I reckon.
Well, yeah, or they do what they've been doing. They just do the video like packages.
Yeah,
just like the video. I mean, they've been doing that a lot with Miro recently when he's been doing a lot of videos and everything like that, and wrestles now and again.
His wife's going to be over in AEW soon, I'm guessing.
Well, maybe. But it's like,
he's mentioning her quite a lot on TV.
He is, yeah. He's God's favourite champion,
yeah. That's it. Yeah, man. No, it's been really good to chat to you, man. Really good, man.
Yeah, it's been good. I enjoy it, man.
Is there anything else that you want to talk about, right, wrestling wise or anything?
No, man. It's like obviously Rampage. No one spoiled it, please. Tomorrow night. I don't want to be spoiled.
No,
I don't want to see the lights out tag match. Suzuki Archer. Moxie, Eddie Kingston.
Archer,
Eddie Kingston.
Gonna be a great match. That
I love Eddie Kingston. He's grown very much on me. I just like him. He just look the way he looks as well. Like he's not as atypical, like buffed up.
He's not your typical wrestler, is he?
Yeah, he's got a great promo. But yeah, Extreme Rules. I don't know if I'm going to watch that. I really don't.
I'll probably watch it like on replay after, but not live.
I don't care if anyone spoils it either. Actually, I'm coming to the point like, okay. Really?
I'll spoil it for you now. Finn Balor's going to lose as the
Roman Reigns. Finn Balor's
that's the big spoiler of this episode. That Finn Balor's definitely losing that.
Yeah,
I mean, if he wins, I'll be really shocked if he wins. But I don't see it happening. There's no way that I see that.
They've already announced the Brock Lesnar's wrestling at the Saudi thing. There's just no way.
Definitely, man.
I really would hate for the Demon to lose cleanly. There's got to be something where the Usos they just do something, or Paul Heyman does something.
Yeah, I could see the only way I see Finn Balor like winning is if Paul Heyman turns on Roman Reigns at Extreme Rules and sides with Brock Lesnar. That's the only way I see him losing the title, but I don't think they'll do it.
No,
WWE haven't got the balls to do it.
No, but I don't think they should. Really, I don't think they should either. Really.
No, I don't think they should do that.
He's making the Universal title legitimate. You know what I mean? He's made it legitimate. He's made that awful look. I actually like the blue version of that belt, but the title name I hate. But he's made that title the number one title in that company.
He has,
above
100%.
the WWE Championship.
100%.
It's extraordinary.
He has. He's done a great job of being the champ since he came back last year.
I just think he's.
I think he's got another, like maybe up to WrestleMania 6 months left as champion.
That's what I mean.
More.
Yeah, so you're talking nearly an 18-month title reign.
Yeah, and you don't see that in WWE a lot.
A legitimate one as well. It's not as if he's like. I mean, he's had some brutal matches.
Oh yeah.
You know, he's had like. I'd say maybe the Cena one wasn't brutal, just like high profile.
Yeah.
But Edge, that was a brutal match.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Daniel
Bryan and Edge, and he's had Kevin Owens and a couple of things like that.
And he even fought Jey Uso, didn't he?
Yeah, Jey Uso. That was
very
surprising. It was very surprising as well. I don't trust them. So
yeah,
I think it might be one where they've actually not touching this one. They're just leaving it to Roman Reigns.
Just leave it as it is for now.
Leave it as it is. Do not mess with it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I would hate for him to lose the title now because he's doing so well, and I think it would just. I don't know. I think it would just ruin that gimmick now, unless he loses it like to The Rock. I think that's the only way that it would look all right. But even then, I wouldn't want to see The Rock win it.
It'd be a great resume if he goes. So he's gone through Cena. It's an older Cena, fine, whatever. But he's beaten him. Sound. He beat him cleanly. I think he needs to beat Brock Lesnar cleanly. Like he needs to dominate Lesnar. Like this is not far when basically Lesnar threw him around the ring.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like he needs to be like Brock Lesnar needs to suplex him and he needs to shoot back up again or something like that. Like this isn't your Roman Reigns that's going to do 88 Superman punches. He still does them, but you know what I mean. It's like this is a different one.
Yeah,
maybe he needs to even do that guillotine on Lesnar,
tap him out,
and choke him out.
Choke him out
that
completely,
would be
so he doesn't even tap.
I would be shocked if they did that.
I think that'd be a great ending to that match.
That would be great if they just did that, and then he beats The Rock, and I would have him beat The Rock as much as a Rock fan I am, but it'd be more like a symbolism of that, where it's
passing
The Rock has to acknowledge him. You're talking about the biggest, maybe not the biggest wrestling star, but the biggest star associated with wrestling.
Yeah,
in the world, bigger than Hogan, bigger than
100%. He is definitely
just the biggest star in the world. Acknowledge Roman Reigns as
that'll just legitimize.
Yeah.
Legitimize Roman Reigns, wouldn't it? Yeah, definitely.
I can't think of a better part of his career he'll ever have.
Yeah, no, definitely. That would be the biggest moment in his career, like beating The Rock and then The Rock acknowledging him as like the head of the table, even though The Rock probably makes more money than him in movies. But
it makes more money producing.
Exactly, exactly. But then it'd be The Rock acknowledging him as a better wrestler, as the head of the family in wrestling.
Head of the table, you're the man.
Like,
essentially like a passing of the torch, but within the family.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean? It's like be like that. It'd be like
the passing of the torch down from one cousin to another.
You're the head of the table.
You're the head of the table here in wrestling.
You beat me. I tried exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. No, I think that would be a good way to do it. Definitely. Yeah. But I mean, I see WWE bringing The Rock back and having him win. I don't know. I just see the WWE doing these stupid things, man. I have no trust in them to do the right thing right now.
The only way The Rock wins, I think, if it is a tag match.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that. Like you can easily see it. Oh, he's distracted by, like he goes for the spear, but whoever the Uso is super kicks him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Something like that. It'd be something like that. I think if it's 1-on-1, you'd have to.
You have to give it to Roman Reigns.
You'd have to give it to Roman Reigns.
Yeah. I get what you mean with that, yeah.
I mean,
what I'd like to see is like I was saying before, like have the Usos side with one with Roman Reigns and one with The Rock, and have a tag match.
Yeah.
So like Jey Uso and Roman Reigns versus Jimmy and The Rock, like, and then from there you go to WrestleMania and have The Rock versus Roman Reigns, and then you have Jimmy versus Jey Uso, like brother versus brother.
Yeah, or you could do something like that.
I think that'd be a really good ending to that feud.
I mean, it's a wild card here. Do you? Because I would like to have it like that because you keep it in the family. Or do you like to say you beef up, say the Street Profits, and have them team with The Rock to go against the Bloodline in one of those matches, definitely. And then you, I think they're a great tag team anyway. But you make them mega. You make that tag team mega just by putting them with. And they got the mic. I'm sorry, they got the mic skills to hang.
They do, definitely. 100% they do, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you've heard that WWE have just signed the Usos' younger brother.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, they've signed their younger brother to NXT, I think.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know that. No,
I didn't even actually know they had a younger brother until I read that news.
No, I didn't.
Rikishi's other son.
Wow. Okay.
So I
think it going there.
Yeah, I think he'll end up like coming through the ranks in NXT, and then he'll have to acknowledge Roman Reigns as well, along with his brothers, man. I mean, but they could use that, like Roman Reigns just like brings him up from NXT and then just destroys him in the ring, and then the Usos are like, nah, you can't do that. That's our younger brother.
Yeah,
and that'll cause a lot of friction, and then that's where you can bring The Rock into it as well.
Yeah, because you could bring that. Yeah, it's fascinating what they do.
Yeah, because it'll make it more like personal, won't it? Like, with The Rock and Roman Reigns and the Usos, and then their younger brother getting involved, and make it like really personal, man. I think it'd be good.
No, you're right. I agree.
Definitely, man. Yeah, man. I'm gonna get going as well now, man. So.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it, man.
No, it's been great, man.
It didn't even feel like a show. It just felt like we were just chilling and just talking about.
Yeah, I didn't even realize what time it was, to be fair. It's like we've just been talking about wrestling. It's always good to talk to people about wrestling. Like you said before, you could go on for like a couple of hours about wrestling, like without having to stop, man. But yeah, man, it is getting a bit late now, so I've got work tomorrow. Otherwise, I'd probably stay on a bit longer.
Yeah,
man.
Me too.
But no, I do appreciate you coming on, man. If you do want to jump on like the wrestling side or football or whatever, man, just give me a shout and we'll get you on, man.
We'll do. Thanks for having me on. Like I say, watching this back, do subscribe to this channel, please.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. You heard it here, folks. Andrew's telling you to subscribe, man. If you don't, he's going to come around and rock bottom everybody.
That's right. Yeah. It's definitely going to happen.
That's definitely happening. That's definitely happening. Now, but I appreciate you coming on, bro. It's been good. It's been a good conversation with you and obviously with Shaz, the other guy that was on with us. And we'll hopefully have you on again.
Yeah, no problem.
But thanks everyone for tuning in. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Like the video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. and leave your comments. And we'll see you in the next video, peeps. See you later.